I I really wanted to come up here, and just talk about my thoughts for the new Mufasa movie that's coming out. Um, I have no hope for this movie. I feel like this movie is not going to do good. I feel like it's going to bomb, just like the Lion King remake did, because there's no need for this movie to be made. There's no reason other than it's made for a cash grab. Let me ask people this: before the Lion King remake, did anyone want to see a Mufasa movie? I didn't think so, because I liked the idea of Mufasa and Scar's past being that a fucking mystery question mark on why they aren't as close. Why was Mufasa the chosen one, and why wasn't it Scar? It was great to have those question marks, because at the end of the day, regardless of what our questions were, it didn't matter, because in the Lion King, they were showing you none of that shit matter. Scar's coming for the throne. Mufasa to keep his motherfucking head up. They didn't go into the past because none of that shit matter. We didn't need to know why Scar wanted the throne, other than he just wanted to be the one. Period. He just wanted to be the one. In this Mufasa movie, y'all making it like, oh, Scar wanted to be the one because he was the rightful king. Mufasa took it. What? Number one, does it make sense for any parent to give the title of king to a kid that's not really theirs? I mean, no offense. I mean, yeah, you're adopted. Yes, I care and love for you as my child. But at the end of the day, why the fuck would I just entitle? Why would I just gift it? Why would I gift you or hand you something when this is about generational of my blood? There should be no reason why the parents of Scar who took Mufasa in would just magically give the title of king to Mufasa, not Scar. That don't even that makes no sense once you look at it like this. That makes absolutely no sense. And then try to go into this past that, oh, Mufasa was an orphan, Scar took him in, helped him, they grew together like brothers, and then you throwing in Sarabi in here, oh, they was battling for her. Cause y'all remember in Lion King remake, Scar was jealous that Sarabi chose Mufasa over him. Like, why are we? Why is any of this getting addressed? Cause who really gives a fuck? Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter how none of that shit matters. It doesn't matter, because at this point, y'all are trying to justify that what Scar did was right. I feel like, and I did hear the fandom say this, and I 100% agree with this take. Scar had every right to be mad. If you're going with this, if they're going with this storyline that Scar was the chosen one, and his chosen title got taken once Mufasa stepped in, then yes, in the Lion King animated film, the Lion King remake, he has every right to be upset, because the title of king was his until Mufasa walked into his life. He has every right to be upset. But just because he has every right to be upset does not mean, oh, all of a sudden Mufasa's the real villain. Mufasa's not, Scar isn't the villain. Mufasa is the actual villain, because he took the title of king away from Scar. What? That makes no sense. I don't know when in society or when in Hollywood it became like this lust for going deep into villains past and trying to see who they are so we can connect with them. It's like, do we have to? Why can't it just be unknown? Like, why can't, oh, how come they're like this? What made them like this? Why can't that just be a question mark? Do we have to go into the past? Do we have to know this? Do we have to know that? Do we have to know why? We don't need to know any of that stuff. The not knowing on why in Lion King why Mufasa was the chosen one and why it wasn't Scar just made it more like it made it more dramatic because had we known as children, let's say if they would have posted this trailer when we were kids, yes, my childlike mind would have been like, oh yeah, Scar got every right to kill Mufasa bitch ass because you took his rightful title of king. Nigga, who was you? You fucked up. But now that I'm older, I just feel like, what's the point of all of this? Because I do like Scar. Scar is one of my favorite, you know, animated villains. But I just feel like, what's the reason for making this movie? There's no reason. It's gonna bomb. It's not gonna do well. I watched both trailers and I can't tell you what the fuck was going on in either both of them. Raviki was just talking. And I'm just like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, there's a bunch of gibberish going on. The only thing I got out of that trailer was that Scar was the real next in line, and then Mufasa came in and he got shadowed. I just feel like, yeah, that was the only thing I got of it. Out of the trailer, all I got was that Scar found Mufasa. Scar was next in line to be the rightful king, but it got taken and it got handed to Mufasa. That's all I got out of that trailer. Other than that, I can't tell you anything else that was going on. Ravigi is just talking. It's just like talk, and it's just like at this point, what's the reason for this movie being made? Because who really wanted to see a Mufasa origin story? I know I didn't. I never really give a fuck because, like I just said, those feelings of their past, everything like that, should remain unknown. Like, if you were gonna make a movie about anything, I've always wondered as a kid, when the fuck did Scar randomly just have a family? That never made any sense to me because he in Simba's pride, and this is why I always say this movie's a little iffy to me because they were saying Scar family was living in the Pride Lands up until they got injected. And I'm just thinking like, when the fuck did they pop up and say they were Scar's children and that was Scar's wife? Because it's like, I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense because Scar was always, going to the other side. But it's like, when the fucking Lion King did they like when was it that it was the other side for lions that were banished? Like, that makes no sense. Just like they just wrote that. But if you're gonna make a movie, you could at least explain that. Like, when did Scar make time to make a whole nother family and still bring the Pride Lands? Like, what was he, a part-time dad, part-time husband? Like, I don't know. They could have simply just made another Lion King 2, a remake of it, and just call it a day, because making this whole Mufasa movie is just stupid. It's a waste of time. You try to make the fandom turn on Mufasa when it's dumb. You try to make Scar look like a hero. You try to make it seem like what his actions did were justified. I feel like Scar has a right to be upset because if something was rightfully mine and they got handed to somebody else, you damn right I'm going to be mad. You damn right. I have every right to be jealous, bitter, everything. I have every right to be mad. I'm not saying, Scar killing Mufasa and all that is right, but I do feel like he has a right to be upset since they doing this little funky ass trailer and saying, oh, he was the rightful king and Mufasa stole it from him. Then yes, Scar has every right to be upset because who the fuck wouldn't be? But at the same time, why can't we just leave it as that? Scar being this amazing villain, because I don't think there's anyone in the fandom who actually hates Scar, because let's be honest, villains are way more interesting and more intriguing than heroes, because heroes are just that. They're the good guys who come and save the day, so that kind of could get a little stale, but bad guys, they just are way more interesting, way more intriguing, and in this day and age, they make it really hard for you to hate a bad guy because they make them too charismatic, they make them talk a little too much, or they make them so interesting to the point where it's like, I guess you don't hold them accountable for some of the bad shit that they do. But I do feel like in this day and age, they do make it hard for you to hate villains because they just come off way more interesting than the heroes. And I just think Scar is one of those villains that's just really, really like really good to where it's like, do anybody really hate Scar? Cause I know I don't. I never did. I never hated Scar. Scar's one of my favorite villains in Disney. So I just don't know. I just think this movie is gonna bomb. It's not gonna do well. It's going to be a waste of time. There should be no reason why they making this movie. There should be no reason why they making this. There should be no reason why they finna make a live action Lilo and Stitch. Another cash grab. There should be no reason why they finna make a Toy Story 5. Another cash grab or Incredibles 3 cash grab. There should be no reason why any of these movies are coming out. It's just stupid and dumb. Like, it's just completely dumb. And don't worry. I got a Toy Story 4 rant coming out. I cannot wait to talk about that because that movie is the fucking example of trilogies that keep going when there should be no fucking reason. It's completely unnecessary. And I'm going to save all my thoughts for that video coming up soon because tomorrow I will be uploading my rant about the Lion King remake of the live action from 2019. I'll be talking about that. And then I'll do my Toy Story 4 rant. And then I'll do my Degrassi video. And then my Saved by the Bell video for the all. But other than that, I'm done. Like I said, the Mufasa movie is going to fail. It's going to bomb. It's going to be trash. Sorry if this isn't the best rant I made. It's just nothing really much for me to talk about. These are just my thoughts on how I feel like the movie is going to do, and I feel like it's going to fail. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I say what I said, and goodbye.